So this project doesn't require much, just a t-shirt, which you can get in any Goodwill, and of course a piece of material which you'll be using for the skirt. Calico makes a really nice skirt material. So this t-shirt I got for $1.50 at the local secondhand shop, and the one thing is that it has this little bit of elastic on the bottom, so I'm just going to cut that right off before I start sewing anything. I'll just go right above the seam line of the elastic. So then what you're going to want to do is cut a piece of material that's as wide as your shirt and then about half as wide again. So it's going to be about the same width as the bottom of your shirt and then half again as wide. So that's how wide you're going to cut it. And then you're going to cut it as long as you want the bottom of the dress to be. And so then you end up with two identical rectangular pieces of fabric, which will form the front and back of the skirt part of the dress. And so then what you're going to do is take your two pieces of fabric and put them right sides together. You're just going to pin along this side and this side, the two short sides, and then you're just going to sew up those sides. So you just want to pin right along those sides, keeping your pins about 1 inch apart. Just go all the way down. So we're just going to be using a straight stitch, and you're going to set your stitch regulator dial to 10 stitches per inch. So you're going to make your seam line 1/4 inch from the edge of the fabric. You want to keep your material 1/4 inch along the edge, so the seam line goes right along here. And now to start this, you're just going to push your presser foot. This is the presser foot. You're just going to push your presser foot down. And then turn the balance wheel with your hand and hold on to these little tails. And then just let it get a few stitches in. And then once it has a few stitches in, you can step on your foot pedal and let the machine do the work. And so then of course once you get to the end, you just give it a few turns, give the balance wheel a few turns with your hand until it gets to the end. You raise up your presser foot, pull out the material, and cut off the threads. And then of course just tie your threads off. And then do the same thing to the other side. So these are the two edges we've just sewn, and now what we're going to do is we're going to use the gatherer to gather up the top of the skirt so that it'll end up ruffled along the top. So then you're just going to thread yourself a needle and tie just a little knot in the end of it. And then what you'll do is, doing just the top layer, you're going to start the stitch about just under 1 inch down from the top. And you'll pull that all the way through. And when you get to the tail, you'll just run the needle right back through it. Pull it up tight. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to run a running stitch all the way down it. And these are going to be fairly big stitches because you're just going to pull it up tight afterwards. So just do a running stitch all the way down the top layer. So now when you get to the end, you're not going to want to tie it off yet.